Hi there, this is woon.heng. Today, let's make something special that I grew up eating, Roti Pisang or banana, which is one of the sweet versions of roti canai. First, prepare the dough, which is a fairly simple mix of water, salt, sugar, oil, and flour. Traditionally, roti canai is made from ghee, and some recipe calls for condensed milk too. So to keep this vegan, I've replaced that with oil. I've actually tried with coconut condensed milk, but the taste actually overpowered the roti, so I've skipped it. But if you like the coconut taste, then you can replace the sugar with condensed milk. Once you stir the dry and wet ingredients together, gather the flour from around the bowl and knead into a cohesive ball. It's okay if you can't get a smooth dough at this time, just let the dough rest for 10 minutes covered. After the dough has rested a little, you can easily knead it into a smooth dough without much effort. It took me maybe less than 5 minutes to do so. See how smooth the top is? Then divide the dough into 4 equal portions and roll each one into a ball. Doing so will actually make it easier for you to flatten it into a circular disc later. The dough making is as simple as that. Easy, right? The crucial ingredient for a soft stretchable dough is oil. So you need to coat each dough generously with the oil, and I'm using a 8-inch cake pan to hold the dough, or you can use a shallow plate as well. Then cover with a tight lid and rest for at least an hour or two, or overnight in the fridge. I like to make this in the morning or the night before to save time. As you can see, the dough is so soft after resting. You know you can stretch it thin with this texture. To stretch the dough, grease your palm and the work surface. Using the heel of your palm, flatten it into a thin circle like this. The first method is to flip and twirl to stretch the dough to get as close to paper thin as you can, usually about 4 to 5 times larger than the original size. It's okay that you don't get the flipping down the first few times. It took me a few tries and it's still not perfect. The most important part is to enjoy the process, right? I also try to thin out the edges by pulling it gently. Next, top with banana slices. I'm using 1 banana for each roti. Spread the banana out and leave some space to fold in the sides. Then add the vegan butter. I like to cut it into smaller pieces and spread it to cover as much area of the dough as you can before adding the sugar. The butter and sugar combo is so good, giving the banana a melt-in-your-mouth texture when cooked. Simply sprinkle the sugar all over, and I'm using granulated sugar. Then bring the sides together and overlap the edges slightly to keep it as thin as possible. Repeat the same from the top and the bottom edges to get an enclosed large roti. The next method to work the dough is similar to my scallion or Thai basil pancake, where you'll pull to stretch up the dough to paper thin texture like so. Just remember to gently lift and pull the dough instead of pulling it with force, because it tears easily knowing how thin the texture is. Similarly, you'll add the banana slices, vegan butter, sugar, and fold it up into a large roti. Let's cook the roti. Place the roti seam side down in a heated pan. As you are browning the bottom of the roti, the top part is starting to turn translucent like that. And once you flip it, you can see it slowly puff up, and it's quite satisfying to watch actually. And also why it's important to maintain a medium to low heat so the sugar and butter on the inside can slowly caramelize while creating a crispy and golden brown layer on the outside. Roti pisang is best served when it's hot from the pan, but be extra careful because the banana filling is piping hot. I'm not kidding, my fingers turn really red trying to capture the smoke coming out from the roti. In Malaysia, Roti Pisang is served with dal for a sweet and savory version, or you can top it with more sugar or condensed milk. So choose your favorite serving method, and I hope you give this a try. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Bye.